Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yako. What it do? The outlet to reality. The hardest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? I'm here with my co-host Hamia Rain, and this is the place where you wanna hide from your drama, maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. But anyways, I want to thank my fans for listening, watching, and don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. Cha-ching! And today we have a special guest. Not only is she my friend, she is an educator, a model, and she knows a lot about fashion. Give it up for Milanka. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hi guys, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an honor, girl. You don't understand. We had to call your, agent. I'm like, hey, look, I really need her. You think you could bring her? We really, really need her. Oh yeah.
You know, it was hard during quarantine and stuff, but I made the time. I made
Oh,
the time within my busy quarantine life.
I love that. I love
We
that.
have
I
a whole
love
like chat room now of fans just asking questions and just going crazy that, we actually started this thing on time.
That's it. That's it. Right. So real quick, I want to share a little quick story. Um, Crazy thing
I have to do
happened.
with the club, any police encounters, anything, did you get into a fight?
Nah, 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 not
Girlfriend,
yet.
did something happen?
Nah, better. You're gonna love this. It's on Halloween, and basically I go out with my coworkers. I'm ready to have a good time, but to
In
be
a pandemic, yeah.
yeah, during this pandemic, I'm not supposed to. But I'm like, yeah, I gotta go out. And I heard everybody's telling me you gotta go to old Las Vegas, which is Fremont Street, on Halloween because it's the best thing ever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go and I'm with my friends. I'm ready to, have fun, get a couple drinks. Yeah. And I was dressed up as Taz. I don't know if y'all saw Space Jam, but I was looking fly. And it was the most less expensive costume I got from Target. That's my favorite spot. All I had to do was a one piece, so it's like a zip all the way up, like a pajama, but it's so comfy. And right now in Vegas it's kind of fall, so it's kind of cold. But anyways, I get to the casino, right? And you're not gonna believe this. I see this beautiful white girl, but I'm like, she looks so familiar, but I don't know like where. I'm like, I don't know anybody in Vegas, so I don't know what my eyes keep looking. So I find out, I'm like, wait, she looked familiar. Then I see her husband, and I'm like, no way. And that husband is a famous YouTuber. Dun dun dun. So I see him, and I'm like, Derek? And he goes, yeah. So I'm like, yo, Derek, you don't understand this. And everybody say this. I'm your biggest fan I've ever had. And he goes, oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. And his best friend's like next to him is like this tall black guy. And I told him, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a podcast will change your life. It's the hottest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. And
In
the
Chicago,
best,
good. I like it. You
you
mentioned
like
that.
that, right?
Way to throw it in there.
Right, right. And the best friend was like, nah, bro, it's not better than mine. So
Oh no.
luckily, yeah, then we got competition. So I pull up the phone and I had a screenshot. I was like, bam. And he goes, man, that flyer looks fire. So he's like, all right, man, you win. And he walked away. And Derek was still next to me. And here, now listen to this. He has like a whole table of 14 people. Looked like 14, maybe 10 or 7. But it was a lot of people with him. And he actually stayed 30 minutes talking to me. And he didn't have to. And I was like, yo, Derek, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. For those who don't know, Derek DeSale, that's the YouTuber. He is known to do pranks on his wife, but it's hilarious, like funny. Also, he does real estate on the side, so I take notes. But the crazy thing is, he's the reason why, for a YouTuber, I moved to Vegas, because he was
Wow.
doing a lot of YouTubing in California, but he noticed that the money was in Vegas. And I took notes, got my notebook. Yeah. So I told him, look, bro, this is why I moved here because of you. And he goes, for real? You saw the episode? I'm like, bro, I saw it like 7 times. And so we were all laughing, having a good time. And the crazy thing is, I got a little shy at one point. And at this point, I was kind of drunk. I did tell him, bro, I know this could be embarrassing, but I would love to take a picture with you. And he goes, yeah, sure. So he
That's not
grabs my,
embarrassing at all. Yeah.
you know what
Not
I'm
at
I'd be
all.
saying?
flattered.
Right. So he grabs my
Same.
phone. He's a tall guy, so he got a better reach with the angle. Ing. And so he took a picture and he got a nice, face. Good thing I was smiling. And after that, I was like, hey, yo, Derek, after I'm about to say goodbye. Derek, can I ask you something real quick? And he goes, yeah. How would you like to be in my podcast as my guest? And he goes, bro, I'll be down. Check this out. He actually gave me his personal cell phone.
No
Now,
way.
now understand this. He has millions, 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 like Donald Trump says, billions and billions. But this guy has millions and millions of followers. So to have his personal phone number, I ain't gonna lie, that's like a privilege. So I did hit him up this week, actually, like 2 days ago. I sent him a text and basically inviting him if he's still down to come. And I was really happy, man, because I've never had that experience. But that's my story. But anyways,
That's
now
great, dude. That's actually a really good story. What was his channel name?
Derek DeSale Daily.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's a millions of YouTubers. I don't know
Yeah,
how many. You say he has like what, millions of
millions.
subscribers,
Yeah,
maybe 100,000 or something.
yeah,
That's
it's a
pretty
lot.
cool. We
I
should
love.
prank call him.
Hey, that'd be crazy. That would have been crazy. That would be crazy.
Maybe that'll make it into one of his YouTube videos.
Oh
The
yeah,
prank.
Or he probably wouldn't talk to us ever again. David,
right, right.
I'd be sorry about that.
50-50 shot.
Yeah, that only one fan. You know what I'm saying? But real quick, man. I want to get to Milanka. Thank you again for coming through, girl. So I want to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. So Milanka, tell us a little bit about your background, so our fans get to know you. Like, what's your hobbies? What kind of things you like to do, and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah, well, first I want to start off and say thank you guys for having me on here. I feel so honored to be here. Um, but just a little about me. I currently work in finance. Um, I'm a Leo. I just love always throwing that out. I feel like it just matches my personality
You're
when
a law
it.
enforcement officer?
No.
How dare you? You are the reason why this country is gone to shit.
Hey! I'm a Leo too, bro. You gotta take it easy.
Well, I know you are.
Thank
I know
you.
that's why you
Thank
were
you.
off the hook the other one. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You were at the police encounter. I know about that.
I got my sister right here, man. You know we need backup. She's right here. You know what I'm saying?
Backup. Oh God. Sagittarius for life.
Right.
Oh, I don't know. Leos were a force to be reckoned with. It just shines through us. So proud to say it. Had to throw that in there.
The damn thin blue line. I knew it. God damn it. It's so disappointing.
So my hobbies, I would say, during this pandemic, I never used to cook before. Never. I was like, I'm just gonna be a Carrie Bradshaw my whole life. I'm never gonna cook. I'm gonna use my oven to hold shoes and call it a day. And then I ended up buying a cookbook and I've just been on a cooking spree. I can't stop. I've just been super into that. So that's like my number one hobby lately. But my biggest hobby I'd probably say is just like styling and putting outfits together and stuff. When I have free time after work, I like to just put things together, take a few pictures. Not even for the purpose of sharing it, I'd say. More I just like putting it together to get ideas in my head. Even helping other friends kind of put outfits together. They'll be like, oh, what do you think I could do with this? What do you think I could do with that? So that's a fun hobby. It keeps me busy, especially after work. It takes up a lot of time. So before you know it, it's already bedtime. And yeah, I'd say those are the most too. Nothing too exciting, but yeah.
Dang, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. I mean, I wish I had somebody here because I ain't got nobody here in Vegas. It's so sad. I can't be like, hey girl, what you think I should wear?
Just FaceTime me. Just
That's true.
FaceTime me.
That's true. I
Like,
should.
come on,
Yeah.
modern technology. That's what it is.
I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about it. No, that's really dope. That's so cool. I was gonna tell you, what's your favorite meal that you've made so far that you're like, man, I gotta make it again because it was amazing.
Oh my gosh. So I bought Kristen Cavallari's cookbook. It's called True Comfort. And what I like about it is that it doesn't have like refined sugar, it's gluten free. So it's pretty healthy all around the bat. And I made this pasta salad. And it just sounds stupid, right? Like a pasta salad, like who gets excited for that? It is so, so good. It has roasted veggies in it, some avocado mayo in it, so it doesn't use eggs or anything like that. It has like a vinaigrette to it, some noodles, and it's just to die for. And I
Dang.
even add chicken to spice it up, just got to get creative.
Ooh, that sounds good. Ooh, don't get me started. I love chicken, man. It's so funny. Today I was like, man, I gotta get something to eat, right? I was gonna cook. I love cooking. I'm gonna be honest, because the way I think is that if I cook and I learn how to cook really good, my future wife, she's gonna say, "Damn, my man could throw down." Like, man, he's real good. See,
Point.
I'm looking to the future. So
I like it.
I know I'm gonna take so long because I start dancing and I put the music and I just, having a little relax, maybe a glass of wine while I'm
Of
cooking.
course.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, yo, I ain't gonna make it. I'm like rushing home and I'm like, man, I don't have time to cook. So let me go stop by, get some BK Burger King. But you know what I'm saying? Let me just get that Whopper.
Coupons are undefeated. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can't go wrong. But I'm like, man, it's not the same. I don't feel like I'm full, but I'm not really satisfied.
It's not
Does
rewarding,
that
yeah.
make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. No, I hear you. It's not the same when you're not cooking yourself and then seeing like the time and effort that goes into it. You're like, wow, this hits differently when I eat it.
Oh yeah.
Rather than just getting something quick and then you're like, oh, I have regrets now. It wasn't that good. I shouldn't have bought that.
Right.
It's just a different feeling.
Down. That's good, girl. Well, hey, I got another question for you. Dun, dun, dun. So, I remember we spoke a few days ago, and you told me that you are from Serbia, right?
Right.
So, were you born there, or you were just your family were from there, and you were born in Chicago, or what's a little background of you?
Yeah. So my parents and my older brother were all born in Serbia, in ex-Yugoslavia, which was just one at one point. They were born there and then they all came here, and I was actually born in Chicago. So I guess that makes me first generation here.
Yeah, girl.
I
It's
don't know.
Yeah.
I never know how those work.
no, you
Yeah,
are.
it's pretty confusing. But yeah, I think that
Right.
that would make you first generation.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah.
Damn. That's what's up. I'm also too a first generation. What about you, Hami?
Yeah, I'm first generation too. Yeah.
Dang, we got a three trio. One's
The
it?
big,
Hey,
yeah, the big three. Yeah, we got it right
yeah,
here.
Milanka, you gotta explain that to our fans. What's the big three?
Okay. So in Serbian, for more reasons than one, instead of doing this all the time, everyone does a three. I mean, there's like a religious back to it too, but we don't have to get into that. It's just they always say three fingers are lucky. Um, so anytime you're watching like a basketball game, the NBA or something, and you see one of the Serbian players go like this after he makes something or after he does something super, cool, uh, it's representing Serbia. So just a fun fact. Next time you look and you're watching the game, you see this, it's
And usually,
representing
yeah, this is also like for three people do this too, but three pointer.
three.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
This
you
is
see this
it.
a
Yep.
lot after they make three. So you see
Yeah.
Europeans do that all the time, and it's great.
Yeah.
I actually like
Yeah.
it better. I like that. I feel
No, even if I'm at the park or something like that, yeah, I do that. I do this if I'm like
yeah,
making three or something like that. I
right,
don't do this anymore.
right,
This is like
right.
a
No,
white
no.
power thing. I don't like it.
Oh,
Exactly. No, we don't need
I
that.
like this piece. It's good.
that's it. That's it. You know what's crazy? This is a little fun fact, but if you guys, there's a documentary I saw a while back, but they said that if you cut, like, let's say you're cutting carrots or some fruits or whatever, and you cut your middle finger and the finger that's on the side, they said that, especially in the United States, that the middle finger is the most expensive if you want to get fixed. It's like 60,000, but the finger next to it is $12,000 to get it fixed. And they said 8 out of 10 people in the whole U.S. only fix the one that's on the side, not the one in the middle. They can't even fix both because that's a lot of money. Even if you have full coverage of insurance, it only takes like 30% of that pay. It won't even cover
Wow.
everything. So it's so sad because if it was me, I gotta keep that middle finger because if I need it for backup, I gotta, defend myself. When I get mad, I can't with the other one. What am I gonna do? Point? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do nothing. But
I wonder why that is, though. Why Why does this finger cost more? Maybe it's longer. I don't know.
I think it's all commercials, like
Right?
capitalism. Like it's a brand. Like your middle finger's a brand. If they, you know what I'm saying?
True.
And
True.
I could see doctors selling that. Like, hey, how much you need? Hey, I got you. Hey, find me in, you know what I'm saying? At the dark web. You know
I
what I'm
got you
saying?
on the low.
Yeah. Just don't tell nobody. You know? But they did say that if you want, they'll put your finger that you didn't pay for in the little bag of ice. So in case you wanted to conserve it still, which is so bogus because they're not willing to fix it. My heart broke. That's why, no lie. I'm sorry. What were we gonna say was
No. I was just gonna say, like, I hope it never gets to that point for any of us.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it'll
Especially
break
for
my
any Serbian NBA players.
right.
Exactly.
That'd be a
Like, we
bummer.
need this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it ain't the same. I'm be honest, but yeah, that's why I was thinking of like moving to. You know, if I have to, I'll go to London or somewhere because in London it's like reverse. Like if you don't have insurance, it's like free care for everybody. So doctors don't get really an extra pay to fix both of your fingers, and they'll do it because it's the law that they have to take care of you.
What? Well, you know a lot about fingers,
Well,
David.
yeah.
How do you know?
Did you?
How do you have so much knowledge about
Uh,
like who fixes fingers?
I'm gonna be honest. You want to know my secret? I just had chicken fingers so from Burger King, so it really like opened
the
my
coupons,
eyes.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that barbecue sauce like really blew my mind. You know what I'm saying?
He's out here Googling
Right,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what up?
How did
the
you? And
different
you also
laws.
know about like England's like healthcare, insurance and all that stuff. What about Canada? Isn't Canada the same thing? It's very similar.
It's the same. I mean, they try to deport me over there, but I told them that
And
I'm
they
a
wouldn't deport you in the UK for sure. Of course not.
nah. They said nah, you don't
Just
qualify.
kidding.
They saw me and they're like, bro, I'm sorry, but you look like a peasant. We can't have you over there. We gotta keep you in the farm. You know what I'm saying? What's funny? I get a lot of people, and there's a fun thing when you do comedy. You gotta have fun, right? I remember one time I told somebody like, oh, I went out somewhere, right? And I told them, man, you know what? I just crossed the border, so I can't really do too much, and I can't dance too much as well because if I break my back on my arm, on my leg, I won't get covered. And it's funny, the bartender actually thought I didn't have insurance and that I really crossed the border.
Oh,
And you know what she said? Oh wow, how did you do it? You're a warrior. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. So I was laughing so hard. I'm like, girl, you really think I really passed? And she's like, yeah, it sounded so real. I'm like, dang, I'm pretty good at persuading them. But then she felt so bad that she gave me a free shot. I was like, man, I'll take it. It was a long trip, by the way. But that's the funny thing. Like, I have fun a little bit. That's a good thing when you're in a new state. Nobody knows you. You can kind of
right.
say anything. No one really knows your identity. So
No one can
yeah,
fact check you.
that's true. Only you guys.
Mhm.
So I gotta watch out right here. But what about you, Hami? Any questions for Milanka, brother?
Yeah. How active are you on like social media and stuff like that?
So this is one thing that I'm trying to really be better on. I know in the beginning I stated that I work in finance, and that's kind of it takes up like your whole day, and it's corporate settings. It's a little more, I don't know, it takes up a lot more headspace, and I'm trying to like be a little more interactive on social media and like putting maybe more posts up. But it's just so hard getting those pictures all the time and stuff because you can't just post anything. You know what I mean? Nowadays, I feel like Instagram is so saturated with bloggers and influencers and whatever else, and you have to kind of make a way for your photo to stand out. You know what I mean? So it's hard getting that creative juice flowing, that creative side, and thinking, like, okay, what can I do next that's going to make someone stop and say, hey, I like what she's wearing. So overall, I think I could be a little more active but working on it.
So you're like pretty meticulous about it.
Yeah. Just because, like I said, it's so saturated that if you're just posting like whatever kind of photos, they're just gonna get lost in the sauce, you know? It's
Yeah.
people are just gonna scroll past it and just not think twice about it. But if you have something that like really stands out and really is, you know, they could see like the detail and the work that you put it in and how many takes it took you and nonsense, you know? It's just it seems like nonsense, but it's a lot of work. But yeah, definitely I would
Wow,
say I'm meticulous.
that's dope. That's dope. I was gonna ask something about Instagram. So I noticed that you wear a lot of hats, and I'm a big hat person.
Huge.
I feel like for me when I wear hats, I feel kind of like powerful. I don't know why. Like nobody can see me. And like when did you start to wear hats? Because I was shocked. I was like, "What? Milanka's wearing hats?" Dang! I thought I was the only one in the world, but you know. And then I saw Milanka, I was like, "Ding!" You know what I'm saying?
No, I love a good hat. Any kind of hat. I am huge on them. I love like the big brim, the wide brim ones,
Hmm.
and the flat brim. So when they go just go all around, they're kind of like fedora style. But I have more of like a 70s vibe and like a rancher style. I like those kind of feels. So the bigger the better. Like when it's wide and brimmed out, I just feel like it's just a showstopper. So I remember one time my mom bought me like a fedora and I put it on and she's like, "Do you want it? I can always return it." And I was like, "I'm gonna sleep in this thing. I'm literally gonna sleep in this thing." I am so obsessed with it. It goes with any look that you want to put together in the fall. That's for guys and girls. It any look. You want to put it with a t-shirt and jeans, it works. You want to put it with a sweater, a dress, a skirt, boots, heels, whatever you're feeling, it flows. So a hat is a perfect accessory, especially in the fall and
Damn.
spring, I'd say.
And quick question: the one that your mom gave you, is that one beige, like the color, or is it gray?
No, so the one my mom got me is it's kind of like a dark gray and it has like a brown uh like band on it.
Hmm.
The one from my Instagram that I think you're referring to, it's kind of like an ivory color. That's my probably most show-stopping hat, I'd say, because it's pretty wide brimmed. And anytime I wear it, someone always comes up to me and says something about my hat.
Dang, that's what's up. See, you got style. I'm gonna be honest. Future out of all the rappers, he actually wears hats, like not like a
Yeah,
regular baseball cap, like a real hat that that's nice and fancy, and I think that makes him stand out. I'm gonna be honest,
yeah,
and he looks
yeah,
fly. He looks fly like that.
What kind of hat?
100%.
I'm gonna look it up here. What kind of a hat is this? Like, is it like what she's talking about? Kind of like a fedora type?
I don't know. What do you think, Milanka? Is it? You think so? His hat or
I don't
no?
know. I don't know Future style too well. I don't really follow him too much, but I'm assuming it'll just be kind of like a flat brim hat.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Um,
like. I'm seeing right here. But yeah,
yeah,
it's
he
very
doesn't.
interesting. It's definitely making a comeback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Now, like the big cowboy hats, kind of, but just I guess more like 2020. I don't know, like this kind of the vibe that we have going now.
Yeah, 2020 is
It's
fucked. We're just gonna wear whatever the fuck we want now.
exactly. Now it's like a lot more westerny, and now like I see a lot more. I don't know if you guys follow like Jay Cutler, but he's really big on hats too. But he has like super fancy hats. You know what I mean? And his are just like big and just out there. So I feel like that style's coming back for guys as well.
Damn, that's
Is
dope.
Jay
Yeah.
Cutler like a superstar on that show?
Oh, it's canceled. They got a divorce.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard about that. I heard
Oh,
about it. But I heard he
damn.
was.
But he was.
Yeah, I heard it was like. I mean, it was like a reality show, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
followed them and he was the star. Completely the star. He stole the show.
Well, what's the show about? I've never heard about it.
It's just Kristen Cavallari and Jay Cutler, like their life. It was called Very Cavallari. So followed her in her life and just kind of how she ran her business and their marriage together. Just like a reality show, just a
Oh,
typical
okay.
one. But just Jay Cutler isn't like really big on interviews or videos or anything. So him being in the show, everyone just went wild over it because he's just the most monotone and just like straight faced person you could
He's like
see. But
totally
when
like
he
a. Yeah, he's like a total like stoic dude, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So when he talks and tells a joke, you're like, you joke? Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. Dang, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever thought about starting your own blog?
I have. I just, again, I keep referring back to the point, it's just so saturated of a
Yeah.
market, I guess, in this day and age. I'm sure when you guys go on there, everyone everyone online has become like an influencer, kind of a blogger, and everyone's trying to make like a career out of it. Um, and I thought about doing a blog, but I'm like, what? It just takes time because it's like, what can I produce that someone else isn't already doing? You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like I follow a lot of influencers too, and I'm like, what can I do that they're not doing? So it's kind of hard to find that exact thing that you can just post about and kind of focus what you think your friends and followers would be into.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
always, I mean, I've thought about, I mean, I've done blogs here and there, and it's like you mentioned, it's like a podcast. Everyone and their mama has a podcast.
Right.
Everyone's got a blog now. But I always thought, even starting off with something basic as like journaling, just if you're having a bad day or if you're just doing whatever throughout the day, you're bored or whatever, just write down whatever you're thinking throughout the day, and then
Right.
you can even turn that into a blog, just like
Right.
this is me on November 10th, 2020, this is just my
Yeah.
thoughts. And it also keeps you sharp on like writing.
No, absolutely. And that's, I don't know if you guys read Matthew McConaughey's new book, but I did because I love him. And he actually talks about that. Like he does journals, and he did journals. I don't know if he still does, but he did, and he kind of turned this book. He turned the journal entries into this book, if that makes
That's
sense.
great.
Like he
That's
kind of
really
Yeah.
tied
cool.
them all together. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
kind of makes you think and makes you kind of stop and say, okay, maybe that is really good for the mind and keeping, like you said, keep your mind sharp.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna be honest, Malaka, like when me and Hamid started the podcast, I'm gonna be real, like I I was just like I never saw myself doing a podcast ever. Like it never crossed my mind. Maybe radio, but not podcast. And then I was
It's
like,
the same thing. I
it was
mean,
the same, yeah, yeah, just a little, a little update, yeah. But I was like, man, dude, we should just start like it's just something we talk stuff like random, right? And I never saw it like growing and like getting better. I noticed that I'm gonna be honest. If you watch my first videos with Hami, I'm in the kitchen recording, and sometimes you see the Windex because I just finished cleaning and I forgot to put it away in the background, and I got like I don't got any dishes around, but it just doesn't look appealing in the kitchen. And here's the funny part:
Right.
in my apartment, the only place that has the most light is in the kitchen. So the living room got no light. So I literally had to buy like a little LED light from Best
Hmm.
Buy just so I can have light for this show, because if you saw the first episodes, I actually moved to the living room and I always said, Hamid, I look so dark. And Hamid's like, don't worry, bro. You look great. Let's continue. So it started. And I was like, man, what happened? Like I thought I got tan or something. But no, but honestly, Milanka, like if you do start it, girl, I mean, we'd be happy to, of course, we'll definitely put the link under here in the
Oh,
video and,
thank
and
you.
support you,
Thank you.
girl.
I
So,
appreciate it. Yeah, no, I will definitely keep you posted. I've thought about it. I think I would just have to build like my brand a little bit more and kind of, like I said, find like one thing to focus on. I don't know. It's a work in progress, it just one thing at a time. Just everything takes time. Like you said, your first podcast, it's like it didn't fit aesthetically how you wanted it to. And like you said, with the Windex and stuff, same with me. Like my first like photo I ever took of my outfit, I was like outside at a mall. I looked super dark in the face because the lighting was so bad. And now looking back on it, I'm like, my God, like thank God we moved past that one, you know?
oh man, that's dope. That's dope. Well, real quick, everybody who don't know, Malank and I, we actually go way back. Like, I was in college. I was probably a junior or senior when Malanka was a freshman. and I was actually her peer mentor. For those who don't know what's a peer mentor, is basically like you're like a life coach in a way where you're helping freshmen like if they don't have any clubs that they haven't signed up or they don't know any events going on, you basically just share like the news of what's going on and stuff like that. And it was really cool because I remember when I was in Milanka had a dance class, and that's the class I helped out with the teacher. It was her best friend, and it's funny because they always sat in the corner, and I was like, "Yo, why they always in the corner?" So I will always, sit like on the like in the same side, just next to them.
You were that TA.
I was cool. I was gangster. It's because here's the thing, Milanka. I'm gonna be honest. She was like the coolest, like one of the coolest students, and her best friend. Like I was able to, I could say anything, and they were cool. They laugh at my jokes, and I noticed.
We used to die laughing at him. Like David was the one that would like just come up in front of the class and just say something, and we would just cry laughing. Just his demeanor about it was just hilarious. And you were one of our favorites too.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It means a lot. And I do remember something. I don't know if you guys remember, but one of our teachers that taught dance, she was really short. She looked like almost a midget. She actually, every time she had like a question about dance, like the history, I knew the answer because I took her class before. I raised my hand. You're not gonna, I don't know if you remember this, but I raised my hand and she never picked me until everybody went up. I guess I understand because I ain't no, like I ain't actually her student no more. But I'm like, yo, I kind of want to answer that. That's like my favorite question. Like, come on. And I'm like this, right? And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, let's take it to the left." All right, you right there. And I'm like, damn. But it was just kind of funny, man. I ain't gonna lie. But oh man.
Was it because
Good
you were talking a
times.
lot that day or something like that, and they just didn't want to call on you?
Yeah, to be honest, look, I'm gonna be real. When I do talk, like especially in class, I like to share a story, exaggerate a little bit, cause I don't know. That's how I am. It's like my little stand-up, opportunity. But yeah, it was real cool, man. But to be honest, I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm happy that Milanka she finished, graduated. I think that's wonderful. I bet
Thank
your
you.
parents were really happy too, right, to see you
They
graduate.
were. No, they were. They were really proud, and it was a good moment. It was a good moment.
Damn, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's such an empty feeling, isn't it?
Honestly, I mean, who would have thought that you graduate school, you go through all of that, and you study and you work so hard, and you pick a good major, yada, 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 and you just end up working forever?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
doesn't
so
that just blow your mind at the end of the day? Like, I'm so grateful for my job. I love it. It just mind blowing. Like, my parents are like, yeah, retirement's coming our way. Like, it's almost here. And I'm like, I have like 40 more years until retirement. 40 years. So, wow, what a life.
yeah.
I love America.
Right.
Right?
It's sad, man. Like what I realized too. I feel like college didn't really teach me how to save money and to really invest.
Right.
And believe it or not, guys, I'm gonna share you guys one of the most secretest, the biggest secret about money that I
You're saying
learned
on a podcast?
on the podcast. But I'm gonna share
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought it was a secret about yourself or something like
No,
that.
no, no. It's a
So
secret
secret about
that
money. All right.
yeah, it's about money, but
Saving.
saving. So basically, and you guys should try this exercise. I highly recommend it. So you know how people usually get buckets of pennies and quarters, they keep it under their bed or somewhere, but that shit takes so long just to fill up. And last time I filled it up so high, it came out being only $50 or $100. And I was like, damn, I didn't touch it for 5 months and it was only $50. I was like, man, stupid. So what I did was I found a new technique, I ain't gonna lie. And I should, probably put this if I become a professor, I should actually, teach this class. Basically, so when I get paid, I make sure I take out $200 out from my paycheck and it's cash. So I got my wallet. So what I do is if I buy stuff, let's say clothes or food, and I get back dollars and $5 bills, I put that in the bucket. And by the end of the year, you're not gonna believe this, but I was able to get $6,000 without touching it for a
Wow.
whole year. So that's what I'm saying is
Oh
it's,
wow.
it's something that they don't teach. And if you want to cheat, which I kind of do sometimes, I will add a 20 in that bucket. I will just
Oh well,
drop the
that's not
20.
Yeah.
cheating. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Well, because it's my money. You know
cheating
what
would
I'm
be
saying?
if you splurged a little.
Right, right.
Or
But
if
I'll,
you took money out of it
oh
early,
yeah,
that
yeah,
would be
yeah.
cheating.
That'll be cheating. But I'll add a 20 just so it can look bigger. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't touch it
Makes a
for a whole,
difference.
it makes a difference.
Even
Yeah,
like a 10, yeah.
yeah. So that's the best way I've noticed how to like have a lot of money like growing without you thinking about it like, oh, this is how much I gotta save. And honestly, that money really helped when time was rough for me. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there was a moment like for example that pandemic, I wasn't working for 3 months, and it was one of the hardest times of my life, which I'm grateful because I learned to, um, you know, I guess when you overcome an obstacle like that, you really are more grateful. You have a lot of gratitude, and and I didn't want to ask my mom for money. Like, yo, mom, you think you could give me like a couple money, stuff like that, because I feel like I need to grow up, right? As a independent guy, I feel like if I can overcome this, I could overcome anything. That's how I look at it, right? So, but yeah, that's a little secret of mine about the dollars. So try that out. Remember that. Keep the tens and twenties and fifties in your wallet, but the ones and fives just dump it in the bucket. Like have a spot for it, and you're gonna see how fast it grows. You're not gonna believe it, and then you're gonna
Yep.
call me back.
That's a good point. No, I remember just even in classes, just some of my at school. I mean, I was a finance major, so we did kind of focus more on like budgeting and stuff like that. But one of the biggest things they just said, even if you save $10 from your paycheck and put it aside, you're still in the habit of saving. So, 6 months down the line, if you're only saving $10, you save only $60, but at the same time, you're like, hey, every paycheck, I have to take something out and save it on the side. So it kind of gets you in that thought process. And then once you're comfortable saving more, you could be like, hey, I could put $100 on the side, or I could put, I don't know, 20% of my paycheck maybe on the side right now, just depending. But now you're in the mindset of, okay, I have to put something aside. So even if it's like $2, $10, $20, whatever, it's a good habit.
Right. Thank you, girl. Well, real quick, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. Everybody, this is the Outlet to Reality, the oldest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. And my fans out there, don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. Cha-ching! And Milanka, thank you for being here. Hami Rain, and
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
of,
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
and real quick, real last thing, Milanka. Where can our fans find you?
On Instagram at Milankss, Milankss. You'll see me there.
Okay, cool, cool. I like that. I like that. That was gangster. And any last words you want to share to the fans? Any last?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you guys for having me on here. It's my first podcast, and I'm honored it was with you guys. Um, and yeah, just check it out. Hopefully, my Instagram, I mean, it may not be much right now, but hopefully, it can inspire you to put something together one day and kind of express yourself and just think, hey, maybe this isn't my style today, but it will be. I'll make it into it.
Oh,
So that's it.
thank you, girl. Thank you. All right, guys. Peace.